a walk around video. Wanted to show you some of the, particularly the originality of this car. By the way, this is a new Virginia State Safety Inspection sticker. Some of my earlier photographs had the failure sticker on it because the one thing it needed for state safety inspection was the tires. So we put 5 new tires on it, and so it's through inspection. So the couple of things with the interior kind of neat is these defroster vents. I just noticed that they still have the little plastic tabs on them to open and close it, I guess, which I'm guessing that may not have survived on everyone. And also a car that's been garage kept like this car was, there's probably more probability that those would survive not having had a lot of sun. I'm gonna open this now because we're gonna look under the, I'm gonna show you under the hood. Also, I don't think this was ever used here. It's really in great shape. But the what I think is really nice about this car is the original paint in so many places. Was, you can tell, was rust proofed originally, so that probably helped. And every place where there's a label, there's no paint line, you know, where it's been painted. And it's scuffed up here a little bit. I'm sure all those scuffs will probably clean up if someone carefully cleans it, but that is all nice original paint with kind of a patina, nice patina to it. Get myself out of here. And then down here, there's your continuing original paint and the nice water drains, which I'm sure on cars that have had extensive rust repair, those may not still be here. And just shows you like kind of the structural integrity and originality of this car. And then your VIN label, again, no paint line there. That's all original. That's the original label and original paint. Going all the way up. Door's the same way. Let's see if I can get down here and look underneath the door. No signs of any rust down there. And we'll go around to the engine compartment. It's a little squeaky, I guess it needs to be lubricated. It's very original. But what I wanted to show you is, again, original paint. Even over here, these clips that hold in the original insulation, you can see they're still original. And these little black tabs, and just this is all, you know, there's been no metal work or paint work or anything. There's a little bit of rust there, but really minor. Just really good original. And we'll go around this door and same story. What was that? And same thing, the rust proofing, the original paint, the little drains here, and original paint on the doors and everything. And that's original in there. There's the original label. Dirty, it'll clean up. A little bit of elbow grease, but that's all original label, no paint line. Again, really nice original welds right there. Clearly, this car has never had a front end accident or major, you know, or rust in these areas. That's original paint. It's really neat. Just the label again with no paint lines, and just a lot of originality. And all original paint in here. And then it's really neat. That's the original plastic bag there. Oh, it's got holes in it. I bet you not too many of those survive. Those tools could be cleaned up very easily. So you could have a nice little detailed set there. But again, it's really nice, original, and no overspray or anything, and just not messed with. I think that's the original label there. You can tell that just by the surface of the paint. You can tell, you know, this is original. And of course, it's got the original bottle here and the plastic pieces, which I'm sure break a lot of the time. And that's about it. Hold the spare out here. I'm going to undo this line so we can pull it out. I think I'm doing it the right way. Let's see. Is it going to come off? Here we go. Okay. Carefully move this because I don't want to break all this plastic stuff. It's there. And then you can see original seams here, and I don't know what that plug's for there. It's clearly original. I guess it's for access to here, to this access area. I don't know what this is, why it's got this one area, but it's very isolated. The rest of it's all in really good shape. And then there's the plate. It's probably got that color code on it that we were wondering whether it was red or orange. So that's there, but all good up in here and in here and way down in here. Dirty. Could definitely use some cleaning, but it's really well preserved. Okay, so bat user Golden Gru, or whatever it's pronounced, asked me about the rubber seals. And so I'm going to attack on this part of the walk around. So those seem pretty good. These must have been replaced because they're soft. Like that's soft. That seems pretty good. This is pretty hard. I mean, the worst part about like the seal on the windshield is that, you know, this was an inexpensive paint job, and they, I think it was Earl Schreiber, and they were known over the years for quick tape up, and that's what they did here. But the seal's actually, you know, it's not cracked. That's what you had asked about. This one is, these are kind of hard, but seems like it's making good seal. Clearly that one is kind of dried and cracked and needs to be replaced. There. These are the window felts. They seem pretty good. Pretty good. This is nice and soft here. Let's go look at this rubber. This rubber is pretty nice and soft here. Very nice and soft. Let's see. Again, this rubber is not really cracked. It's actually, I feel a little softness to it. The worst part is the overspray. You can really see it right there. But it's not really cracked at all. Let's look at the back window. Back window's, let's see, kind of the same way. It's not cracked at all. Yeah, there's your overspray there. Let's see, these, probably when you get new taillight lenses, they probably come with these seals, and those are hard. They're not cracked, but they're hard. That's cracked. Yeah, that's cracked. These are kind of okay. Let's see, that seal is sticking out there, so let's go in. Look at that. Yeah, that one's pretty hard, fairly hard. And that pretty much covers it. There's a little cracking there, but I wouldn't say, depending on what your end game is, that desperately needs to be replaced. It's not cracked at all up here. And this one, a little cracking there. Again, just like on the other side, this is bad. But this seems pretty good. Same thing with this seal here is fine. Very soft. And as far as, there's cracking there. But again, I don't think there's any leaking. Oh, there's a little piece missing there. So, yeah, that's about covers it on one more little piece to the walk around. So again, that user had mentioned that the body seemed good, and the only places I see any rust is, this is negligible here, it's a tiny little bit of, it's more like paint popped off, and so there's a little tiny surface rust under there. It's not like that on the other side, but it's interesting, that's like a, I'm sure that's a factory seam right there. Same thing right here, so that's a good sign. And then, but the other area is right here. I think there was probably a little bit of rust repair here when it was repainted. And let's see, I don't know why they rust right there. I mean, your battery, of course, is, I've got this popped up because we've got the battery, we got a battery cut off on the car right there. But the, it seems like it might be related to the battery that they get a little bit of rust here. And so you can see that it's had some old repair right at that seam. I mean, it looks fine from, you know, like from here, but if you look closely at it, you can see. But the rest, there's nothing else on the body that is like, you know, like that. And we'll look at the underside. You can get a pretty good idea on this video. The underside is really in good shape. And oh, by the way, someone came yesterday, and someone from BAT came and drove the car. We took it out for a drive, and I think you can see there's not one drop of oil here under the engine. Okay, just from another perspective, yes, someone came and drove the car yesterday. We took it out, drove it 60 miles an hour or so, and gave it a good test drive, and then came back in and parked it in here, and pretty clean floor, and there's no evidence whatsoever of any drops of oil underneath it. I just wanted to show you that.